All right, hey, tonight we're doing my favorite dish. The last video I made some tikka masala, which I liked it, but I have very little experience with it. Just something I threw together with what I had in the pantry. Tonight, I'm making my shrimp pasta. Oh yeah, do not go anywhere because this is to die for. Simple to make. I want to reiterate that. It may look complicated to some of you, but it is very simple. I did probably 15 minutes of prep work to get to this point. I just want to break down the ingredients real quick, but trust me, you do not want to go anywhere. This is going to be good, I promise. We're going to start with the shrimp, the main ingredient, right? This is just, I like to do the jumbo shrimps. They are raw, frozen, but they're peeled and deveined. They still got the tail on them. We're going to have to take them off. But this is the bigger ones, the 21 to 25 shrimp per pound. They're bigger shrimp. Perfect. I'm going to use a pasta here, and I don't even know how to say this. You can use any pasta you want. You can use a long pasta like a linguine would be good, or any of your. I like these, easier to get all these ingredients incorporated at the end, and you'll see what I mean. If you use the shorter pasta, it's easier. I don't know how to say this. I don't have my glasses on. Casarecca. I don't know, some Italian pasta. But what it does is it's got these little ridges in there. It's like little shaped like S's. What that does is these ingredients are gonna cling to it. So it makes for a better eat. When you're chewing this, you're getting a lot of the ingredients with every bite. You don't have things falling off. It sticks to the pasta. That's why I use something like this. You can use any other macaroni kind of deal, whatever. We got some feta cheese. And my favorite star of the show is we got some sun-dried tomatoes here. They're packed in olive oil. We're gonna get rid of some of this because I'm gonna use 2 jars because I like them so much. These are the julienne or sliced. That's all that means. They're sliced long ways, and you can buy them whole, especially if you have a picky eater that maybe doesn't like sun-dried tomatoes. If you leave them, buy the whole ones, they may be able to kick them out easier. But here we're gonna eat them sliced. You get more of them in your bites. We got some red pepper flake here, some olive oil. I already squeezed some lemon juice here. This looks like between a quarter cup. That's probably a quarter cup. That's a little overkill, but my family likes the lemon. And actually, I'm gonna cut up one other lemon for slices because people like to squeeze some fresh lemon on there at the end, even though I'm putting all that lemon in the dish. We're gonna have our fresh stuff here. We got some cilantro and some green onion going in there. Now, I do have some garlic and onion here. This is gonna get sauteed with the shrimp. So I'm gonna chop this up real fine. And you know what? I probably got 5 cloves of garlic there. You can, if you don't like it too garlicky, take out a few cloves. I've got half of a sweet yellow onion here. You can use whatever onion. I don't care what it is. I probably wouldn't use a red one, but you know what? It'll all work. We're just gonna mince it up, throw it together in the saute pan with the shrimp. I'm gonna do just some bread here. I got at Costco today. It was warm when I picked it up. I'm just gonna cut that real thin, butter some of them, and toast them up in the broiler. You can do whatever bread you want, or no bread, whatever you want. What else I got going on here? Nothing. I'm gonna get some water going. I gotta shell these shrimp, and yeah, give me a break. Man's a little slow at the wheel. I was just gonna get a little bit of the chop here. I just cut the ugly bits off the butt end and on the top. All we're gonna use is the good stuff here. And then we're just gonna give this a fine, just a chop. Nothing crazy. Remember, the green onion and the cilantro, they're gonna get set aside here. They're gonna come in at the very end. And it doesn't really matter. I call the measurement here a handful of each, but I never do just a handful. It's always a little bit more than a handful. So there's 1 handful, and it's probably because I really, really enjoy having all the fresh onion and the fresh cilantro in there. So I'm probably overkilling it. If you don't like a ton of the veg in there, just cut some of it out. Just stick to a handful. If you stick to a handful, it'll be perfect. This is just my preference. And like I said, I like to overdo things. I like the freshness that the cilantro and the green onion bring to the dish. And I do make, you can cut this down. So if you want to do a little bit less and use half a bag, if there's only 2 of you, I don't know, remember, I always like leftovers. Gotta have the leftovers. We're doing Modelo Dark tonight. No reason for it. Costco had the mixed packs. All right, for the garlic and onion, remember, it's just, you know, I would say starting at the onion, I don't know, starting at like 3 tablespoons, go up, depending on how much shrimp you got and how much you like onion. Remember, this is getting sauteed with the shrimp. Oh man, you got me on the spot here. I'm sure there's some technique that I'm totally violating right here. You know what? I don't care. It all gets eaten. It's gonna be delicious. We just chop it up, and there's too much here. I'm not even gonna use all this. All right, so after more review here, once I minced up that onion a little better, and I promise I didn't have a stunt double come in and do it. I actually can chop it. At some point it gets chopped how I like it. I'm gonna use all the onion, the half an onion, and there's the 5 cloves of garlic. It's all minced up, ready to go. That'll go in the pan a little bit. Right now, I'm gonna take these sun-dried tomatoes. I want this olive oil, and I would buy the ones with olive oil. Some of them come with all kinds of weird oils in there. These are from Trader Joe's. I don't always shop at Trader Joe's. Today I was driving by and I went in, needed some sun-dried tomatoes and got them. But I only want the oil on 1 jar for the most part, so I'm gonna drain off some oil here. The way I'm gonna do that is I'm just gonna take a paper towel and I'm just gonna pour it into my trash can that I have here. You could do this a number of ways. I've also just put them in the pan and then.
Let's do a hawk check, Lon. Got the side profile.
Oh yeah, if you guys didn't notice, today I actually got to take a shower before I cooked, which wasn't the case of my last video. I was in a real big hurry. Tonight's Sunday. We're gonna relax. We got the game on. It's already 28-0 Cleveland, and I have Cleveland. I picked Cleveland, so we're good. The cameraman picked Pittsburgh. Anyway, we're gonna put these in the pan right now. Remember, this is the fresh one with the oil. I want that oil, that olive oil. There's a couple of hanging on Klingons down there, and then I've got the jar that I drained off the oil already. And if you look in and it looks like too much oil, which this isn't, that's a perfect amount of oil for my shrimp. You can dab some out with a paper towel. But you know what? I think we got the right amount. You can use just 1 jar of these tomatoes if you don't really like the tomatoes that much, but I'm telling you, they bring everything to this dish in my opinion. You'll see. Are we on?
Yeah, we're on.
All right, hey. This is the most difficult part of this whole meal is peeling the dang shrimp. I'm gonna use a big colander here. I'm gonna dump them in there. A lot of you might say, that's the wrong way to defrost your shrimp. I'll tell you what, it works for me. I'm gonna use them right away after. They're not gonna sit at room temperature or anything. If you stay on top of them and you make sure that you keep everything cold and rotate your shrimp in there while you're peeling them, and as they get soft, you're just gonna pop the tail off, bam. And then I usually use my bag. Let me get it back out here, and I throw the tails on them. And then we'll throw them away. So I just rinse them. That water is going to defrost them really quick, and you do not want these shrimp sitting at room temperature. So you want to keep them cold, rotate them around, pop those tails off, and I'll show you what we do next after I get all these tails off. All right, I got my shrimp peeled. This is probably the most important step in this whole process. I'm going to take my shrimp, it's still ice cold. But it is defrosted. But I'm gonna put it on paper towel here. Once again, I like to use a lot of paper towels. But I wanna get all this water off of these shrimp. If you put these shrimp in all wet like that, it's gonna make some gnarly looking like foam, like bubbles in there. I don't even know what to call it, but it's happened to me before. That's why I knew I gotta pat my shrimp dry. So we're gonna put another layer of paper towels on top of here, pat them dry real quick. In the meantime, I'm gonna wash up my my colander, because I'm gonna need to use this for my pasta when it comes out. And since it had raw shrimp in it, I'm gonna clean it up. So we'll get back in a minute. All right, we're moving right along here. I already cut up some bread while my cameraman was on break here. I'm just putting a little light spread of butter here on this soft butter on this bread. And I'm gonna make these little I don't know, little toasted breads. Some of them are gonna have butter. Not everybody likes the butter. So I'll leave a few specifically for my wife without butter. While I'm buttering these real quick, I just wanted to mention that the only reason I'm here, I was supposed to go off-roading this weekend. We're gonna try to do an off-roading video. Fell apart. My off-roading buddy, Hakizi, I don't know, he was supposed to drop me a pin, let me know where he was, somewhere in Randsburg, in the desert. We're gonna go off-roading, shoot a video, and I don't know what happened. He didn't drop a pin. You know what? He probably didn't want another hot butt. If you don't know what a hot butt is, I have a video on there. It says King of the Hammers 2020 hot butt. You should go check it out. Hakizi was the star of that show, and I don't think he wanted to be a star again. So that's why he'd never dropped me a pin, let me know where he was this weekend. Hakizi, if you watch this, you know you didn't drop me a pin. So I didn't go out there, so now I'm cooking, making a cooking video. But you know what, I'm home with the family, having a couple of Modelo's, enjoying my Sunday, watching some football. It's all good anyway, buddy. All right, it's game time. This does require a little bit of timing. I want to put my pasta down before I put my shrimp down, because the main thing with cooking these shrimp is you just want to get them pink. You don't want to overcook them. Just want to cook them through. You don't want to they could get chewy, I guess, if you overcook them. I'm going to throw down this pasta right now. My water's coming to a boil. It looks like 11 minutes on this. You can get a little close up on these little Casarecce, Casarecce. Get them at Costco in like a variety pack. But you'll see how the ingredients cling onto these bad boys. So I've got my olive oil sizzling over here, starting to sizzle. I got it on a little bit of low heat because I'm gonna saute these shrimp. Got my water boiling. I'm gonna throw these in. I got 11 minutes. All right, so he cut the camera, but we should have still been rolling. Because right after I dumped that pasta, we're throwing in this onion and the garlic. All right, we're gonna saute this for just probably like 2 minutes here. We're gonna get this going with that garlic, and oh, you can already smell it as soon as that garlic hits the pan, baby. Oh, yeah. What's up? I'm right in the middle of cooking dinner. All right, so my garlic and onion and my sun-dried tomatoes have been sauteing here for just a couple minutes. Now I'm gonna throw on my patted dry, but icy cold shrimps. And there's 2 pounds of these, by the way. I don't know if I said that. I just assumed everybody knew what that Costco bag of shrimp is, but I don't even know. I mean, some people don't even shop at Costco, I guess, right? All right, so now we're just gonna saute those. And remember, you do not want to overcook your shrimp. You just want to get them pink, so you want to pay attention to them right now.
Oh, sorry.
No.
It'll only take about less than 5 minutes to get these babies pink. These are gonna be little toasted thingies. They're going down right now. I got it at 425. What I like to do is, because of the broiler, we'll nuke these things really quick. So I'll put them in at 425. And as soon as I put them in that hot oven, now I'm gonna turn on the broiler. And actually, I'm gonna let them cook there at 425 for just a minute. I find if I put them in the broiler too soon, they burn real quick, and they're still maybe a little soft and doughy depending on how thick you cut them. I cut those fairly thick, so I'll let them sit there at 425 for a minute. All right, so the shrimps are almost done. We're talking about 1 minute or less here. I've still got a few that are, I call it blue or gray. I don't know. They're not pink. So, like that one right there, I need to get that pink. So we'll get those pink. The pasta is about a minute away from coming off, so my timing's right on right here. Hopefully these shrimp are done in a minute, and then I'll turn it off, drain the pasta, and we'll put this dish together. So pasta should be done here within the next 30 seconds or so. I'm gonna give it a little sample. It's done. Right on cue. I'm just gonna go ahead and pour this into the colander. My shrimps are still cooking, so I really don't like that, but you know, it is what it is. Just dump this in. A little bit there. And then we're back on the shrimp. And you know what? If I give these a little toss here, they're sizzling. You don't see any blue or gray. You just see all nice and pink. Just make sure they're all done. There's a few big ones. They need to curl a little bit here. They get curly when they're getting done. But I think we got all pinks now. Let's turn it off. All right, so I just drained the pasta. I'm gonna give it a little shake. I don't want any water in this dish. Make sure that pasta's nice and drained. Put it in my bowl here, my pasta dish. Then I'm gonna take my shrimp and I'm just gonna throw it right on top here. Look at that. You could salt this dish if you like. However, what I found is the feta cheese here, I haven't added any sodium. The feta cheese is pretty salty. And you want to at least put 8 ounces minimum of feta cheese in this dish. I'm just gonna take the lid off. I'm gonna use, I got 2 pounds of shrimp. I'm gonna eyeball it, maybe put 12 ounces. But you know, that's all depending on how much you like feta cheese. Then I'm gonna do my fresh cilantro and my green onion. Put that over the top. I've got my lemon juice here that I've already squeezed. That's 2 lemons worth, and they were fairly juicy lemons. My red pepper flake. So again, just take the lid off. We like it spicy here, so you know what? We throw in some pepper flakes. Now I was thinking, I'll crack some pepper on there. I had the olive oil out. It was just for looks because the olive oil came in the sun-dried tomato, so I didn't even use that. You know, a couple cranks on the pepper. I got the salt out just in case anybody wants salt. Remember, you can always add sodium. You can't take it out. That's huge. I've messed that up so many times over the years. Trust me, I don't want to hear it anymore. Take you anything, stir it up. And we're gonna give it a toss. You're gonna see as I toss this. Those whatever noodles they are, I can't remember the name. They're gonna get all these ingredients sticking to those little ridges in that pasta. Like I said, you can use any pasta. If you use a holy pasta, like a penne or something, you know what? That cheese and that cilantro and green onion, it'll probably go right in the hole. But you know what? Hey, it's the truth. I'm using the ones where it sticks on the outside. But the ones with the holes, it'll stick on the inside. I don't care if you use macaroni, like an oval macaroni. All these ingredients will go right inside there. Okay, as I stir this up, I'm just giving it a toss. We'll put a big old spoon in there after, doesn't matter. Picture this with the long pasta, like a spaghetti or a linguine. It would be hectic. That you would have to use tongs. It would just get hectic. Look at how that feta cheese is just melting into the dish there. Those beautiful colors. You got the reds and the greens and that pink shrimp. Oh my. It's gonna be good, I'm telling you. Oh! I burnt the bread! Holy smokes! I was over there doing. Look, we might be able to rescue some of this.
No, that'd be all right, that'd be all right.
Wow. That's hectic. Oh shit. Always something. It's always something. I'm serving this up. You know what? It looks all fancy in my these bowls. You don't need all these fancy bowls. I got these I think my mom gave them to me years ago. And you know what? Anytime we have a pasta dish, we bust them out. They got all these little characters on them. Just use them. All right. Just want to say I haven't taken a bite yet. I know it's going to be good because I've made this a lot. I just want to say it may look a little hectic. It's really not. It's easy, and I'll tell you what, this dish will bring them back. I mean, whatever you want to say about it, it could be your signature dish too, because it's mine. This is my favorite dish. Everybody loves it. You can't mess it up really unless you overcook the shrimp or something. But let's give it a sample. I already know what this is gonna be. Big old shrimp there. That feta, that citrus, that fresh cilantro and onion. I'm telling you. And you know what? I got the bread out. It's a little crispy, but it's still good. You know what? It's Sunday. I'm here with my family. Everybody's enjoying a meal, watching the Browns destroy the Steelers. And you know what? Cheers.